Hey guys, welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you the best tool for digital artists. By digital artist I mean anyone who uses digital softwares like Photoshop, Clip Studio Paint, ZBrush and other 2D or 3D applications to create a digital art like painting, illustration and sculpting. I mentioned a little bit about this program on my previous video, but I thought I didn't cover that much compared to how useful this program is. After you get familiar with this program, I'm pretty sure that you will start using it. So this program is called PureRef, and PureRef is a standalone program for Windows, Mac and Linux that keeps track of your image. You can download it from their website pureref.com. Link will be in the description below. So this is their website. You can download it from here. It's a free program. You can just get PureRef and you can download it. And I'm going to show you why this program is the best program for digital artists in my opinion. When you do digital art, it's very common to use reference images. For example, if you are digital painting or sculpting, you may need a reference image on anatomy or lighting or anything in that regard. Before I knew PureRef, this was how I prepare my reference image. So I have some bunch of examples right here. So basically what I did in the past before I knew PureRef is I just open my reference like this. For example, if I'm doing some gesture drawing or if I'm sculpting, I have some anatomy. For example, this is a horse anatomy. And if I'm painting a portrait, I open up a portrait. So this was how I used to work before I knew PureRef program. Okay, I just basically stack every picture like this on my other display. The problem with this method is that I find myself getting distracted from the creative process, and whenever I like to work again next time on that project, finding the image I used previously was such a time consuming. So this is where PureRef comes pretty handy for image management. Let me show you how this program could help you to stay focused on your creative art. So let me just close everything here. So let me launch PureRef. When you open up PureRef, the first thing you see is this blank canvas, which asks you to drop your image in the canvas. And to get started, all you have to do is drag and drop everything that you want to use as a reference, like this. So here in the canvas, to navigate, you can hold down the middle mouse and pan around like this. And if you want to zoom in out, you can scroll your mouse like this. And to move the entire window, just right click in this area and drag it across. If you have a second display, for example, you can put it in your second display like this. And if you right click, you will see some basic menus like help, setting, about, undo, redo, just basic steps. And note, for example, you can write some note. Let me just call this one anatomy. And I can move around pictures like this. So the other thing is the mode. The mode is, I'll show you in a minute, but first let me show you how you can save this one. The first big reason why I start to use PureRef is you can save everything in one file. Let me show you. You can save, for example, let me call this one example maybe. Yeah, like this. So if you exit PureRef and if you want to do your project next time, you don't have to search every picture you used in that project. So everything is in one place in this file. This is one of the great features of PureRef. I've been struggling to search every image that I used in the previous project, and PureRef really saves me some time. So as you can see, when I open the example file, I will start where I left from. Okay, very nice feature. And if you double click the image, it will zoom the picture like this. And if you hold down Control and drag your left mouse, you can rotate the image like this. And if you hold Shift while you are rotating, it will snap to some angles. And if you hold down Control and Alt, you can scale your image like this. You see, you can scale it like this. And if you hold down Shift Alt and drag from left to right, you can flip the canvas horizontally. And if you want to flip in that vertical direction, you can. I'll show you in practice how I use this. And the other thing is the mode. The mode is just basically stay always on top and always on bottom. For example, if I press always on top, whenever I click somewhere, it doesn't go away. You see? If I click this one always stays on the top. But let me show you in practice how I use PureRef for my projects. I'll show you inside Photoshop first and inside ZBrush. They are pretty much the same, but let me show you. You see, here I am in Photoshop. Let me show you one of the cool features of PureRef. When you right click and you press overlay selection, this is one of the cool features of PureRef. Now I see a single image and all I have to do is start painting. I can scale it like this and I can move it around. And I can start working on the portrait. So I don't want to finish this one. One thing you do in Photoshop or any other painting application is you flip the canvas like this. I have a shortcut for flipping the canvas like this. You see, most of the time you start to work by flipping canvas like this and like this. And you can also click here and flip it like this. You see, it's very nice. And I can start working on this one more from this direction. And if I want to go back, I can flip it like this again. And I can also flip this one. So you see, it's very nice. I didn't find any software that can do this kind of job. So very nice. And let me go to ZBrush. So in ZBrush it's the same. For example, if I want to sculpt the face, I can do anything without distraction. So anyways, you get the idea. I can move it around, I can flip it, I can scale it down. So it's really nice. So I think this is pretty much it. I hope you get something from this video. PureRef really helps me a lot to stay focused on my project and speeds up my workflow. And I highly recommend you to start using it for your projects. You can download it for free. It's a 100% free program, but you can also support the developers by giving them a fair price after you tried it. So thanks again for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe and share to your fellow digital artists, and thanks again, and I will see you in the next one.